Hey friends, I'm back. I hope you are doing well and having fun. And I am here. I'm going to show you how I made this background. So I am using the colored pencil Strathmore pad for this. It's a really good weight of paper. It is 100 pounds, 163 GSM. It is not watercolor paper, it is colored pencil paper. But for me, it's a really good weight if you wanted to make backgrounds and then maybe not make the card out of this, but you could use the backgrounds for a lot of things. You can take a pre-made card and then cut out a piece and glue it onto the card for the front. And that would make a really pretty card. I've done it. And I've just used all kinds of background kind of stuff on it. So let me zoom in a little bit. I hope that helps. Because if I lift it up, then I'm just going to get a bunch of shadows. So I have to keep it under the light. And my designs are kind of going every which way. Like you might notice that more with the numbers and the butterflies. And yes, some of it could be a little dark. But if I want to put a stamp on it, like I have a lot of stamps with sayings on them. It's just kind of a thing that I really like. So if I wanted to put this stamp, this stamp on there, I won't make excuses. I just am not used to the camera being in the place it's in at this moment. Okay, so what I would do is, and I haven't, like, I would take this out and cut it out, but I'm just going to do one stamp so that I hopefully can get it, like, when I cut it out and put it on a card. Like, I have these pre-made cards here. Actually, these are just envelopes. But I do have a bunch of pre-made cards back from when I was making cards all the time. So I would cut it out. So I know if I put this saying somewhere right here, it's going to be somewhat centered on the card. And I'm okay if it's not perfectly centered. So, yeah. And there's, I mean, I could still add other things to that. I'm not wearing my compression wrap on my hand today. And that's a big mistake. But I'm downstairs and I didn't want to walk upstairs to get it because I'm lazy. So hopefully I won't regret not having it. Okay, so I'm going to try and put this right about here. And you can write out, now that didn't come out so great, but hey, it's readable, legible, as the proper word would be. So there it is. Oh, come on. All right. So anyway, there's my example. It'd be easier if I cut the cards out and I was making it the right way. But anyways, it's also really hard for me just being basically one-handed at this point. Well, 1.5. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I did this. Now, I got this technique from Instagram from an artist called Katie Petite, and I will try to link her Instagram below. I don't know if she has a YouTube. If she does, I'll try and link that too. The background part. So what you need is some Distress ink pads, Distress Oxides ink pads, okay? And you don't have to get as crazy and as colorful as I did. I mean, you know, I kind of got carried away, I guess. So I have these, most of these, not all of them, but most of them I got on clearance at Michael's a couple of weeks ago. And then what you need is a couple of acrylic blocks, or if you have a piece of firm, like a, oh, what am I thinking of? Like this stuff. I can do this. Like this kind of plastic that comes on the back of stamps. I don't know. You can see the shine there. But anyway, you could do it with that, but the acrylic blocks work really well. So I would recommend that. Okay, just stick that over there and I'll put it away later. And then a spray bottle that has a very fine mist that you can control a very light spray with. Paper towel, lots of paper towel. And I think that's it for the actual background part. So basically all you do is, put these away, is you sort of smudge some ink onto your block, okay? And then I do it off to the side here. Let me go out a little more. Off to the side here. And I just hold the spray bottle way up here and I just give a spritz. In fact, that was a heavy spritz. Okay, and then I kind of lay it down and I start in the middle because then I work my way around. And I smudge it. I smudge. That's a word. That's my word. Smudge. And then use a little bit up here. And then there's a little bit more here. Don't spray it too much because it gets very, very wet and then sort of doesn't do what you want it to. You just get water, sort of like that. And then I wipe the acrylic block off. And then you can use a, a heat gun or a blow dryer, or you can just walk away or just wait in between and work on something else. I tried not to cross my colors too much. And you don't want to press really hard. You're not pressing like you're rubber stamping something until you get down to less color on your block. And I like to smear it like that too. I hope this is, goodness gracious. I need to get another lamp down here, I think. Oh, yeah, I said that before too. I've been talking about new lights for videoing, but I'm really not sure I'm going to continue to video because, I don't know. I'm not making money off of videos. I'm not sponsored by any of these people. I'm just kind of doing this because it makes me feel good. So not too hard. There's a lot of water there. Okay, and then just another light spritz, maybe down here in the corner. If you don't want the square shapes, they sort of end up blending the back. Do your, like move your block when you're doing this. There you go. And what I do is I go back and I dab the really wet spots. Because if you mix too many colors, you're going to get mud. I'm sure you guys know that. So I'm going to do the fossilized amber. And pick the colors that you like. These are the 5 colors that I like the best together. It's a peeled paint, faded jeans, fossilized amber, seedless preserves, and salty ocean, which I haven't used yet. Okay. And then I'm going to do that one a little bit more. I want it more smudged. See, I smudged it more. Just a tad bit more water. The problem with working with a spiral bound book, and you can certainly take your papers out, is that you can't get too close to this edge without the block not working because it's blocked. You can't get flat right there. Okay. This is a little wet up there, so I'm going to bring some of that down here. Try and grab some more. Put it there. Now Katie doesn't do a whole page like this, and she uses one color as her background, sometimes two. I like color. What can I say? And this is going to be cut up into smaller cards. I figure it's kind of like when when I used to do the junk journaling stuff and we did master boards. It's kind of like that. So you do it, and then you can flip it over and cut it out, or just measure it and cut it out, and, you know, see what you get when you flip it back over right side up. It's more fun because you see what you get. Now you see, if you do the smudge thing, you get a really cool background. Do a little bit more of this blue. It's very bright blue, so, and I'm trying not to use really dark colors because I realized when I was doing some of my watercolor painting that the dark colors, you can't really write or stamp well on top of them. Even with the archival black ink, it doesn't really turn out that well. So, yeah. You can smudge like this if you want. That's a little too square. These squares right here bother me. But the other thing you can do is you can take a wet paintbrush and smudge them. But you don't want to rub on this paper too much with like a paintbrush or anything, because it will definitely do a little more of the green. And you can take a smaller block too. Like, I'm going to take this block here, smudge the green on there, and then spritz it, and then I can get some of this up here. That didn't work so well, did it? But see, if you smudge it right away, it can not be so square. That's the only downside to it, is the hard edges. But if you do it right, you don't press too hard, which I already told you, and I'm already pressing too hard. I'm not even following my own rules. And you rub it in, rub it out. And, I mean, I even have, getting my fingers all in the ink, I even have this plastic palette here. You could use something like that. So, I think I'm going to leave it at this, because the other one I did overwork just a little bit, because, you know, I got carried away. I was having fun. And then if you have acrylic stamps or rubber stamps or whatever you want to use, and you have some archival inks, like I have these mini ones. These are my favorites in the color schemes that I'm using. And then I have that I really love. And I have this one that I really love. And let's see what else. Let's do the dragonfly this time. Although that's not my favorite dragonfly, but I think it's the only one I've got. Well, maybe not. All right, let's see, what else do I have? I just pulled some of my, oh, that's like stars and hearts. You know, I gotta go for that. Okay, I'm gonna go with that. I love these plants. I think I pointed that out in a video the other day. And I love this sort of mandala thing here. As you can tell, I've been using it. So, I have a smaller block. There it is. Now I do put my stamps sort of up in the corner, so I can get closer to that spiral edge. Or you can tear your sheet out. Because, you know, you can tear the sheet out and then work on it. It does curl up a bit. You could tape it down if you wanted to. because it's, you know, now very lightly. Oh, that was too lightly. Not bad. I think I got that spot on the second time I did it. Now, I also saw someone, can't remember who, say that if you rub your ink pad across, it doesn't come out as dark. So it's more of a faint. See how faint that is? And I don't want real strong inks on here because it will obscure what you're trying to stamp on there as far as... Yeah, I think we're done with that. And with that purple because it's a little dark. Okay. Let's see what I do with the other. Hello? Where are you? There it is, underneath the other one. And this sort of dandelion guy here, this is one of my favorites. Now I'm putting it on a short block because I don't really want the stems rather, sorry. I'm going to use a very pale, actually I'm going to use this yellow. This is Sunflower, and it's let's see. And I'm just, that's not enough. I'm just doing very haphazard, you know, I don't care what direction it's going in, kind of. There we go. You can also use the oxides for this. Does not have to be the archival inks. Because if you're not going to really put anything wet over it, the only problem with using the oxide inks is if you put something wet over it, they will move. So you do have to be careful. Okay, that's very light, and that's all I wanted of that. And then I will think I'll use, I like this little heart outline here. And I'll just use that one. And maybe I'll put the star on there too. So not too close together, but okay, let's use the oxides and see what we get. So I'm going with the fossilized amber. See, it's very faint. I hope you can see that. Right there. I think that's just pretty as a little background thing. Hearts and stars and butterflies, oh my. And I'm just doing them in every which way direction. I love little tiny stamps, and I love butterflies and hearts. Let's see, maybe one more down here. There. Now really, you could call that done. The other thing I did was put that to the side, put that to the side, put that to the side. I've been using Posca pens, and I have a set of these Sharpie markers, and I didn't think I was going to like them at first, but I got these at Walmart, to be honest, and I really like them because they come in cool colors, and you can make dots like that. They don't smell. Again, not sponsored. I couldn't tell. It just says creative marker, and I couldn't tell if it was an acrylic ink. I mean, you don't have to shake it up like you do the Poscas, so I don't think so. I have no idea what's in them, but I love using them. And the colors are really awesome. There's white, and there's yellow, and there's teal, and there's aqua. And you can just go to town. I try not to smudge my hand over the top of them when they're still wet. Not always successful because I forget. And again, I'm looking for it to blend into the background and be very subtle. And just having fun. And this is so relaxing. Like, I don't have any expectations of it. I'm hoping that it comes out well for a background. And even if I don't stamp something on top of it, you can use ephemera on top of it, or fodder, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, let's see. Let's get here's a green. Ugh. And I don't think you can have too many dots. Is there such a thing as too many dots? Probably. Could it be overdone? Sure. You can do lines. You could do X's and O's. I did that on the other one. The previous page that I started out the video with. Okay. All right. And then, of course, I love my gold. So this is a gold Posca PC-1M. Odd numbers. And this gives it a little glitz. So if you don't have watercolors and you want to make backgrounds for cards or for drawing on or for acrylic painting on, this is a great way to do it. Or if you're just looking for something to do to keep your mind busy, this works. Works for me. If you're stuck on whatever kind of art you usually do, and you just, you're stuck, you're lost your art mojo or your creative mojo or whatever, just kind of do this and don't overthink it. That's my biggest thing, is I've always overthought whatever I'm trying to make. Like, how can I make it better? How can I make it different than someone else? How can I, why? Why am I putting myself through that? It's too much pressure. It's too much work. It's no fun. Okay, there you go. And if you really want to pop it, you do a little black here and there. And these do say, I heard somebody say, lay them sideways, not the Poscas, but these actually say it on them. The Poscas you're supposed to lay sideways. It says store horizontally. And I'm not going to do too much of these because if I am going to stamp on them. Now, if I'm just putting some sort of fodder or ephemera around it, bleh, then this is great to do. And I don't think it's too busy, to be honest. It might be for some. But yeah, if you have old, if you have stamp pads laying around and you're stuck, this is a great way to just play and just enjoy what you're doing. Am I getting carried away? Probably. I also have some Posca metallics. So these have a much thicker point, so I will that's kind of the top of that dandelion-y plant thing. And I love like bronze and copper colors. But if you do it really light, you can get a finer line out of them. Okay, enough. These come in fun colors too. Not inexpensive, but fun. And then, like I said, I have all these foddery things that I made. And if I wanted to make a card and I wanted to put that on it, look how pretty that is on that background. I mean, come on. Let's do that. I'm going to zoom you out. I'm going to take this pad over here and tear it. Maybe. Not with that hand. And this does have perforations on it. You can, I just am having a tough time with my hand, so I'm going to try and cut it with the paper cutter. Notice I said try. I was able to do it the other day, but some days are better than others. Considering I'm not wearing my wrist support thingy. So part of my problem, I'm not going to whine, but part of my problem is my thumb is still healing from the surgery I had, so I haven't been able to rehab my thumb. But I also have a severely torn tendon in this part of my wrist, and it has become a bit of an issue in healing. I also have some nerve damage. I have black stuff because I tore off some K-tape, the athletic tape this morning. But I have nerve damage in my arm, so I have to go for a nerve study test, which I don't want to do. I don't want to. No, thank you. But I don't do that until March 20th, so. Okay, let me get the... Oh, my goodness. So, like I have... Come on, Martha. I don't think these cards fit in these envelopes, so I think that's my problem. Yeah. But I could fold it like that. Well, okay. We're just going to, what are we going to do? Find a card. Sorry I wasn't better prepared. I didn't know I was going in this direction, to be honest. So... a whole bunch of stuff just fell. And I wasn't even touching it. It just happened. Our house is haunted, by the way, so there's that. Okay, I think these fit. Yep, these fit this envelope. Perfect. Okay, so I need this to be 4. Actually, I need it smaller than that. I need it probably 3.5 by. Get a real ruler, girl. Okay, let's see. It needs to be by 3.5 by 5 would be good, because I want some of the edge to show. Okay, so 3.5. Well, I'm not going to go to all the trouble of figuring out which way is most efficient. Yes, I am, because I have OCD about waste. So, okay, this pad is 9 by 12. So 3.5. So if I did 3, but then this isn't going to fit. Nope. It's got to be 3.5. 3.5-ish. Okay. It hurts. Hurts. Bye. 5-ish. Okay. I don't think that's right. Yeah, must be right. Math, not my strong suit. If you've known me any length of time, you'll know. Math is not my strong suit. Okay. This guy just sort of kind of, I need to clip the beak a little. Let's clip the beak just a teensy bit. There we go. Make it fit. All right, so, oh my goodness gracious me. I was not prepared for this, and I apologize greatly for that. What in gracious names did I do with my glue sticks? Oh, there they are. Okay. Hold on. Let's see if we can get... I don't know if we're going to get any out of this or not. It's been ages and ages and ages since I used my art glitter glue. Nope, that's not going to be... Come on, fingers. You can do it. That's not one of my options. I am sorry for I really apologize for the lack of preparedness. Come on. See, I still try to do things with my left hand, and it's been 3 months. 3 months to November, December, January, February. Yep, 3 months today. I give up. Okay. My favorite glue stick. I tried Oohoo, did not love it. I will show you what this is as soon as I'm done. I'm trying not to make a big mess over here. Now I would put that way. Hey, she got the thing glued down. Thank you very much. Yay. Okay. This is Scotch Create glue stick. It's permanent. It does not, oh, this lighting. It does not come up once you've really stuck it down. It's photo safe, and it's really, I love this way more than Oohoo. I actually love it way more than this because you don't have to fuss. Now, glitter glue, our glitter glue, of course, has its place. It's quick to stick, but this, you know, this is stuck. And then where's the card? Okay, so if I put this here, wouldn't that make a really pretty card? And then you could do whatever you wanted on it. Let's see, I had taken, let me check one thing before I decide to finish this. I had, that's not gonna fit. Well, I don't want to ruin the card by trying to stick that on there. So let's just do this. And this could be a birthday card. It could be an anything card. And you know, I'm glad you're my friend card. It could be anything you wanted this card to be. It could be. Could you ink the edges of the actual card? Yes. In the summer, that glue gets really warm and it's way easier to spread. Right now, it's quite cold outside. Although our sun is shining. Thank goodness. We had a snow yesterday, a few inches. We don't get a lot of snow in Virginia typically, but this year has been a little heavier. Is that centered? No. Do I care? No. This could be a hello card. Look how pretty that is. Bring the camera down, Martha. Okay, so there's my card. And I hope you'll give this a shot. And, you know, I could put another one on the inside and I could stamp on it. Like, I could even use this and stamp, you know, the courage thing or any of the stamps. Let's see, do I have another? Nope, they're here somewhere. I have some of these. It's your birthday, believe in the magic, make a wish, hoping your day is full of sparkle. Yeah, I have a lot of word stamps. Let's see. There are hundreds of languages, but a smile speaks them all. You are my moon and stars. Every job is a self-portrait of the person. Remember that you're the one who can fill the world with sunshine. So lots of, you know, words, sayings. If you never try, you'll never know. Dream big. Be fearless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire. Don't be afraid to. Yeah. I have lots of word stamps. Not all of them are well used or my favorites, but these are just some I pulled out. But you can use anything you want. So you guys have a great, it's also great just to write a note inside if you're just saying hi to someone. And yeah, actual mail is a lost art. So send somebody a card. Make cards to give to homes. And, you know, it'll make you feel good. So anyway, there's that. I did some of these yesterday. I had shown you this. I hadn't finished them all in my last video. And there's those done. I can't decide if I like the white in the middle. This one, I just wiped the paint away, and I really like that one best. I made some of these yesterday. Let me zoom back out. Sorry for the in and out. So there's those. This one did not work out, which I'm upset because I really love the purple. But what I did learn was if the backgrounds are too dark, they don't really show up even with black marker. So I will stick to the lighter backgrounds, the greens, I will make my my backgrounds more translucent, more, they're just going to be lighter. And when I do that with the watercolor, it's just more water, just using more water to make the paint not so opaque. So anyway, so I will cut these out and I will show you probably in the next one, but I thank you very much for joining me. and give this a shot because it's really fun. Take care, everybody. Thanks for being here. Love y'all. Bye.